Today I'm going to be working on another RS laser kit. This time it's Paul's Repair. I'm actually going to be using this as a little, using this not as a repair shop, but as a little trailhead shop. Because that, I don't know if you're familiar with the mountain scene I have, that's actually going to be a park. So when down at the very bottom, right near the interchange, there's going to be a little trail going up and a little shop there, so you can get your supplies before you go on your hike into the park. So that's what I'm going to be putting there. So this is it. This is the laser kit again, like all the other RS laser kits I've gotten. Nice, neatly printed set of instructions, and they're all clearly written. So I'll be taking you through this, and so you can see how this is put together, and some of it will be shot in time-lapse format, especially when I get to the more boilerplate aspects of putting this thing together. So just sit back and relax. And okay, one of the first things I'm going to be doing here is coloring my parts, and I'm going to be using these Doc, what are these called again? Oh, I keep wanting to call these Doc Watson. These are Doc O'Brien's coloring powders, self-adhesives, and I've had pretty good luck with them, and they seem to stick to the wood fairly well. And the reason why I've been using powders is that I avoid the problems of having the parts warped by using paint or stain. I mean, you can work things so you keep your parts from warping. You just stain it on both sides, and as it dries, sandwich it between on a flat surface with something heavy on top, like a book, and that should keep everything happy, keep it all from getting warped. So, but I just go for the powders because they work fairly well, they adhere to the wood pretty well, and it's just a lot faster to do. So I'll be coloring this a dirty brown, and probably do the insides, give the insides a quick hit of color too. And this is the base for the structure, and this is a little bit different than the other RS laser kits, because with the other kits I had to put the structure together and basically wrap it around the base, whereas here it looks like there's grooves where I set the structure into. So at least that's how I think that's what's going on here. So I will go ahead and start cutting all this stuff out. And another reminder, whenever you start working on these kind of kits, you want to make sure you are working with fresh X-Acto blades. You don't want to be cutting out these parts with dull blades. You're just asking for trouble. So every time, just start out with a fresh blade. Even if the old blade still seems to look fairly sharp, you just want to, I mean, you can still use the blades for other things, even if they're not quite as sharp as they used to be, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So, yeah, this also comes with a nice tar paper roofing too, and with the other kits I've done, that works very well. Or wait a moment, is this all in one? Oh, never mind, I don't have to cut this out. That's right, it's a wraparound deck. I'll do the shed itself a dirty brown, and I'll do this a rusty red. Yeah, maybe I should do it the other way around. I don't know. Let me think about that. Ooh, I could do this blue. Nah, that'll be kind of obnoxious. I think green would be too obnoxious. Desert sand just doesn't quite, too yellowish. Pus yellow, that wouldn't look right. Yeah, you know, I think I'll go with the outside as a rusty red. And that little sidewalk there as a muddy red. Alright, I'm going to apply the Doc Watson's powders now, and I've been kind of going back and forth on my methods for applying these powders. Sometimes I've been just dipping the Q-tip in the powder and rubbing it on, and sometimes just using a paintbrush. I'm going to try applying it first with this paintbrush and then just using the Q-tip to rub it in. I'll try that and see what kind of results I get. But go ahead and do that. Okay, I just have to look at the reference the instructions here. This is actually the base which the building goes, and then I will need to glue, these are the sidewalks on here, so I'll need to glue those on top there. So that's it. Alright, making a little more sense. Let me take a Q-tip here, dip a little bit into there, and I'm just going to use a Q-tip to essentially rub the powder in to the wood. Maybe take up some of the excess. And rubbing with the Q-tip, I expose some of the grain to give it some variety. Okay, tap off some of the excess here, there. And if during the process of construction I rub a little powder off, that's no biggie. I can always touch it up later, but powder stays on fairly well. Just as long as you don't handle it a whole ton, and I'm assuming you're not going to. This is for display purposes, after all. Do the inside a quick going over, because I'm going to have the door partially open here, and I'm not going to mess with detailing the inside because it's such a tiny structure. Now, if we're working with HO scale, yeah, I might put some stuff in there, but I have limits to my patience and how much time this is going to take me. So I'm not a big super detailing kind of guy.